What if I told you that in the 1990s, while the world was celebrating the end of the Cold War, America was quietly building aircraft so advanced, so strange. They looked like something from another planet. Aircraft that had no vertical stabilizers, that flew without rudders or elevators, that could change direction using only the force of their engines, that didn't appear on radar at all, and some that officially never existed. And why did the US develop them? Where were they tested? And why did most of these machines vanish before ever entering service? And tonight, we open the hangar doors to a forgotten chapter of American aviation. We'll uncover secret prototypes, canceled fighters, and experimental stealth platforms, born in the golden age of black projects. Some of these aircraft flew silently in the Nevada desert. Some may have reached speeds we still can't officially confirm, and others may still be flying today. This is not science fiction. These are declassified facts, surviving photos, and insider accounts from pilots, engineers, and a few blurry satellite images. So the question is, what else flew that we were never meant to see? Let's begin. In the late 1980s, the US Air Force launched a competition for the future of air dominance. Two aircraft would face off. One would define the next generation, the other would disappear into history. Most people know the F-22 Raptor, but far fewer have heard of its silent rival, the YF-23. Built by Northrop and McDonnell Douglas, the YF-23 was sleek, deadly, and futuristic. It looked like a stealth bomber mated with a space plane. Two prototypes were built, both flew, and both stunned those who saw them. The YF-23 was faster than the F-22. It had a lower radar signature, and it could supercruise, fly supersonic without afterburners. Its unique V-tail and diamond-shaped wings made it almost invisible to radar. So why did it lose? No, some say politics. Others point to agility. The F-22 was more maneuverable in a dogfight, at least on paper. And in a world still thinking in terms of Top Gun, that mattered. But what if war had changed? What if stealth and first strike capability were more important than close-range turning speed? The YF-23 didn't get its production contract. It went back into the shadows. One prototype now rests in a museum. The other, rumors say it was stored at Groom Lake, Area 51. But its ghost still flies. You can see echoes of the YF-23 in the B-2, in NGAD designs, and even in future drones. Sometimes, the loser of a competition leaves the longest legacy. In the mid-1990s, a strange new aircraft took shape inside Boeing's Phantom Works division. It didn't look like anything the US Air Force had ever flown before, and it wasn't meant to fight. It was meant to disappear. They called it the Bird of Prey, a name borrowed from Klingon warships in Star Trek. And honestly, it looked the part. Most its body was wide, flat, and smooth. Its wingtips curved downward, and there were no hard angles, only surfaces designed to bend radar waves away. It was stealth, taken to a new level. But the Bird of Prey wasn't about combat, it was a tech demonstrator. Its mission? To test cutting-edge manufacturing, low observable shapes, and pilot visibility systems. It flew only 38 times, quietly, from a desert runway that didn't officially exist. And when the program ended, the technology didn't vanish. Elements of the Bird of Prey can be found in the B-2 bomber, in the F-35, and in top-secret UAVs still under wraps. that wasn't designed to go to war, but it helped shape every American aircraft that did. Now imagine this: a fighter jet without any tail at all. No vertical stabilizers, no rudders, no elevators, just one seamless body controlled entirely by its engines. That was the Lockheed X-44 MANTA, short for multi-axis no-tail aircraft. An evolution of the F-22 Raptor, but stripped down to pure stealth geometry. The X-44 was designed to push limits. It used full vector thrust, meaning it could steer itself by directing jet exhaust. No moving wings, no flaps, nothing for radar to bounce off. The shape? Like a delta-winged manta ray gliding through the air. Elegant, deadly, silent. It never flew, not as a complete prototype, but the data was real. It was tested in simulations and wind tunnels, and every lesson learned fed directly into the aircraft of today and tomorrow. Some believe the X-44 was never intended to fly, that it was a cover for something else, something darker, faster, more classified. It's simple, but one thing is certain: a fighter without a tail isn't science fiction anymore. It's the future, and that future started here. There are black projects we know about, eventually. And then there are those that live only in shadows, rumors, and blurred satellite photos. One name has haunted military aviation forums for decades: Aurora, first mentioned in a 1985 Pentagon budget document, a mysterious line item for black aircraft development. Billions of dollars with no explanation. Soon after, reports began to surface. Sonic booms over the Pacific, fast-moving contrails in the upper atmosphere, satellite images showing strange triangular shapes at Groom Lake, also known as Area 51. Some claim Aurora was a hypersonic replacement for the SR-71 Blackbird, flying at Mach 5, invisible to radar, capable of reaching anywhere on Earth in just a few hours. The US government has denied its existence, always, but the sightings never stopped. Then there's the TR-3B, a black triangle with glowing edges, silent, able to hover, said to use anti-gravity propulsion or advanced plasma systems. Too outlandish to be real? Maybe, but documents from US patent offices and strange sightings near classified air bases keep the legend alive. No photos, no confirmation, but too many stories to ignore completely. So we ask, are these just urban legends born from our fascination with secrecy? Or are they glimpses of something we were never meant to see? Not every black project was a legend. Some were very real. They flew, they failed, and they were buried. Take Tacit Blue, for example, nicknamed the Whale. It looks like a flying refrigerator, but it was one of the first aircraft to truly embrace stealth curvature. It flew over 130 times in total secrecy before disappearing into a hangar. Then there's Have Blue, the F-117's secret predecessor. Angular, primitive, revolutionary. It was the first proof that radar could be outsmarted by shape alone. Two were built, both crashed, and yet it changed air combat forever. Or YF-118G, known only as Bird of Prey until it was declassified years later. No press, no photos, no fanfare, just quiet excellence. And then silence. These machines weren't failures, they were stepping stones, testbeds, for ideas too risky for public programs, ideas that still echo through modern fighters, bombers, and drones. They weren't meant to win wars, they were meant to invent the future, and in that they succeeded more than we'll ever know. What happened to the stealthy tails, diamond wings, and radar bending curves? They never vanished, They evolved. Today's F-35 uses internal systems pioneered in Have Blue. The B-2's curved body traces back to Tacit Blue. The F-22's stealth profile owes a silent debt to the YF-23. And future platforms like NGAD, B-21 Raider, and advanced UCAVs are built on data gathered in these shadow programs. Data we were never supposed to know existed. Even full-thrust vectoring from the X-44 MANTA, it's making a comeback. Because tailless control means ultimate stealth and ultimate control. We often think progress is loud, public, and celebrated. But in military aviation, the most important steps are taken in silence, in wind tunnels, in hangars with no names. The legacy of these black projects isn't just in blueprints or old airframes, it's flying above us right now, in missions we'll never hear about, in aircraft we'll never see unless something goes wrong. These ghosts didn't die, they just changed shape. The 1990s were a golden age of American military aviation, but not in public. It was a decade where prototypes flew silently, were photographed once, and then vanished into classified hangars. Some programs failed, some succeeded, and some were never meant to be seen at all. But if we look closely at the aircraft flying today, at what's being tested over the deserts of Nevada and Utah, at the patents quietly filed under shell companies, we see traces, shadows of something older, smarter, faster, forgotten but not gone. So we ask again, what else flew that we were never meant to see? And what might still be flying right now? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the classified skies of the past, subscribe to Military Expert and tell us in the comments which forgotten aircraft should we uncover next.